Howdy y'all, Twitchonium here. I'm coming at y'all today with another March of the Machine draft. Let's go ahead and start it on up and I'll see y'all in the first pack. Here we are in pack 1, pick 1. We have got C double as our rare. It's a pretty cool little instant. Worst case, it's 4 mana, make a token that's the copy of the best thing on the board. I do need to remember this cannot be copied itself. I made that mistake before. Yeah, I mean, the other best things in here, like Volcanic Spite, Intervention, Seed Core, Refusal. I mean, there's some good stuff, but I'm fine to take the cool instant and see if we can build around that. Grafted Butcher, huh? It buffs your whole Phyrexian board and gives a menace for the turn. That seems really cool. I mean, worst case, absolute worst case, it's a 2-mana Anthem for Phyrexians. That's not a legendary creature either, so we could copy it with C double. Yeah, I mean, maybe we even get super lucky and wield the Invasion. I would love Vanquish the Weak. Vat Keeper's cool. Herbology Instructor's great, but I mean, I did just play the black-blue, but I think if they're going to offer some great cards here. Now, Volcanic Spite's probably the best card, but I'm going to take the conversion just to keep with the cool rare pickup. Could also take Inga. But now I'll just keep on the removal train here. Wow, now we have a bunch of black and blue options. Don't think we want Yargle. I'm a little tempted just to take the 2-drop. But Slumber and the Invasion might just be better. This cannot copy this, though. I just need to remember that. But I think I want to take the Invasion. If we do end up in a black-blue controlling kind of deck, the card draw would be nice. Nothing terribly exciting here. Can definitely just take the Dreg Recycler. It is a Phyrexian for the Grafted Butcher. I need to keep that in mind more highly, actually. Sanctifier Host would be nice. But because it is the Phyrexian, I think I'm going to just snag that guy. Plus, just having access to a Sacrifice outlet is always great. Even if we're not in the dedicated sack deck. I guess this guy's also a sack outlet, sort of. But some pretty strong cards to start the draft off with. And 2-2-drops already. I'm always down to have a nice low curve. Especially after last draft. Somebody's taking their time. Not a problem. Nothing crazy. Some good white cards here. I guess Bellanon's not been my favorite, but Angelic Intervention I like. But here I'm going to just take the Mauler. It's treated me well as a nice little cycler that can be one of the more impactful later game cycling creatures. I think like Mauler, green and red are pretty close. White, I like the removal aspect of it, but not the creature side of it. So like overall, I like the card pretty highly, but for the actual creature impact on the board, not as much. The blue one definitely my least favorite. Well, we have another thing that can copy spells, and we have the uncopyable spell in our deck. There's really nothing else here for us, though. I guess we could take a Deluge. I haven't really tried that out yet. And I guess we're not necessarily blue even. So maybe we're supposed to take like the white card here. Yeah, I could see doing that. And just going white-black Phyrexians potentially. Nothing in blue. Emery's fine, but she's more constructed. You really have to build around her. Do I want the Phyrexian? I'm going to take the removal in white. Maybe we do move towards the white-black Phyrexian route. We can ditch the C double. It's kind of hard to cast sometimes anyways. Definitely not splashable. And that still leaves us with some removal in white. I'm curious about this Grafted Butcher. If we can get enough incubate tokens and Phyrexians, it seems like it could be really strong. A nice way to surprise a attack out of nowhere at the end of the game. I'd love to see some of those white and black enchantments that have a static effect and then also come with a incubate token. That'd be really nice. If we get the blue one too, maybe we do even run 3 colors. It's also an option. Converter Beast is nice. I was really low on this card at first, but it has come up significantly in my mind. I think I'll just take the Agent here. Still can be a Phyrexian for the Phyrexian synergies. And just a strong 2-drop. How many flip cards do we have? 1, 2. If we're playing black-white, though. I guess we take the dragon. It's a Phyrexian. I don't know that I want to play the blue, though. We'll see. Well, it's another whelp, although this equipment's not terrible. I mean, +1/+1 in Vigilance is pretty relevant. Especially if we can get it on like our 2/2 flyer. Can make it a 3/3 flyer, and then 4/4 Vigilance. And it's only 1 to equip. You can usually find a place for that 1 mana in your curve. Yargle, I suppose? Although, I think I actually like taking the dual land in case we open a green rare we want to splash. Cool art on this one. The Phyrexian flowers. Well, I'll definitely take the Dune Shaper. That's a pretty cool 1-drop. And the Knight of the New Coalition. I mean, it's not Phyrexian synergies, but I'll take 2 2/2s for 4. Both are vigilant. Yeah, if we move this to a 2, because a lot of the time we're just going to be cycling it. Nice low aggressive curve so far. With some interaction. A power play. A couple of transform cards. Should keep that in mind. We actually have a few for any kind of transform synergies. Alright, and now we actually open the on-color Multiverse Legend creature here. Don't think we have a ton of death triggers yet, though. I guess we have, this is technically a death trigger on a permanent of ours. Yeah, no other death triggers yet, but I mean, she's still a 2/4 that gives our incubator tokens vigilance and lifelink, which like that's still really strong. It's tough to say if that's better than Deadly Derision though, really. How many creature token creators do we even have so far? Not many, right? 1. Huh. Maybe I do just take this. Taste is likelier to wheel than the Deadly Derision anyways. Yeah. And now we can follow it up with a pretty sweet Collective Nightmare, Convoke removal spell. Starting this pack off with some awesome removal, that's for sure. Now a 2/2 Phyrexian Cleric. I'm pretty happy to pick that 2-drop up. The Lifelinker. I do think we want every creature in our deck to potentially be Phyrexian, though, if at all possible, so... Except for the Mauler. The Mauler's fine, because it's not really going to be a creature a lot of the time. But if we can avoid not needing the Knight, I think we should avoid it. But we've got a heap of removal now. Yeah, most of it at instant speed too. Conversion's kind of a little bit like card draw, which is nice. Derision's a little bit like ramp, which is nice. This is kind of like a free spell, which is crazy. I guess this one too. A couple of sacrifice outlets. I guess ideally I wouldn't want to run the Halberd if we don't need to. I guess Bond Warden's not bad as a 1-drop. Just a aggressive early creature that still can add value to your later plays. Although it's not Phyrexian. Neither is the Gorilla, though. We could splash the Brawler. We do have a green splash. Although for splashing green, I'd rather have the Hunger, I think. But we'll take the 1 white creature. I think that's one I'm okay to run, even if it's not Phyrexian. Here, I'd rather have a Sunder the Gateway than another Drag Recycler. Our color's not looking particularly open here. Blue, I definitely think probably would have been the way to go. I guess we could still switch back. Our white stuff's not that great. But really neither is the blue stuff. We'll see. Ooh, that's a nice pickup here. Well, actually, a couple we could pick from, really, but I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the Gargantua. This is the kind of top-end play I think I want in this deck. Like, drop this guy, then the turn after, drop this guy, and be able to get in for 5 menacing drowsy cards. The life drain is not great, but I think the potential upside is worth it, taking it over the Intervention, although I would love a copy or 2 of Intervention in this kind of deck. But another Phyrexian to add to our ranks here. Bond Warden, our only non-Phyrexian. Holding back the Phyrexians all by herself there. Well, this is the kind of Phyrexian I think we actually do want. We don't have a ton of Incubator tokens yet, but a 2/2 flyer that's a relevant creature type is still fine. And it makes any of our Incubator tokens that we pick, or cards we pick up going forward, that much better. Here, we'll take another cut short. Easy snag there. Although I don't know that we're going to want to run this many, but maybe so. Maybe we're just on the 2-mana creature Phyrexian, keep the enemy board clear plan. I dig the treasure from the Deadly Derision. Looks cool. Alright, we'll take another Bond Warden. We can maybe just go for the black-white Phyrexian aggro here. And if we're doing that, I think we'd rather have an inspired charge, actually, in this kind of deck. Probably cutting 2 even of these, since we have enough of better removal options. Although the Convoke, not to be underestimated. I guess if we're going the aggro route, you might even want to play the Halberd. Probably the Knight, too. Just as a nice way to get 2 Vigilant bodies in the battlefield. Yeah. And then our top end's kind of just this type of thing. Removal or a value creature. So we're not in a terrible spot. Could definitely use for some upgrades here and there, but overall, just need a few to round out the deck, really. And we can always play these cut shorts in a pinch. Another Knight. Didn't wheel the Teysa, unfortunately. That would have been nice to go with the tokens, but I don't think we have enough other token producers to really warrant it yet. What will the last pack hold? A very slow battle. Not for us, unfortunately. We do open up another Teysa, though, which really I think is going to just be the pick in this deck. We don't have any other options really for our colors anyways. So we end up getting a copy of her anyways. Didn't really keep the death triggers in mind, considering we didn't pick her up, but that's alright. Yeah. I guess the Bond Wardens we picked up are pretty nice with her. Now we either take Render Inert, Invasion of Belanon, Scroll Shift, another core, backup. Maybe I am interested in Belanon. Although having to do 5 damage to it might be tough. Be nice to have both of these if we were going to play the invasion. Maybe I just want the 3-drop creature even. Although I'm just going to take the removal. We'll just go hard on the removal aspect or removal side of the deck. Happy to take another flyer though. An Invasion of New Capenna. That I think we are interested in. Over the Vanquish the Weak, we've got a fair amount of removal. I would love the Huntsmaster, but the on-color battle that I haven't got a chance to play with yet, I've got to take a chance to try it out. Huh. Some good options here. Can take the 1-mana sack outlet, draw some cards, take another removal spell for the late game, or another charge or an aerial boost for a nice combat trick. I think I like the, we're on the early plays. We're probably going to need some ways to refill our hand. And right now, I guess we're cutting like a halberd. I actually like these with the Teysa now. Nothing too exciting. Daxos is the best for sure. He can gain a lot of life over the course of a game. We can definitely cut the cut shorts. Ooh. Well, that's one of the Phyrexian cards I was hoping to get, so we're going to snag it. We didn't probably get there on the Phyrexians, really, but we'll see. I guess we could probably start cutting some of these knights since we got some of the other 4-drop options. Yeah. I mean, we still have a fair amount of Phyrexians. One. This one's not. That's a shame. Has a very Phyrexian look to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's an equipment, not an actual thing. So 6. Ooh, that's a sweet pickup this late, though. Definitely happy I made the Sculpted Perfection pick now. Most everything is still a Phyrexian. We'll have some that come in tapped, but that's alright. And anything that we have that's not Phyrexian, we're probably going to want to just play anyways, like Teysa. Absolutely nothing in this pack. Take a cool card. I guess since we're trying to do the Phyrexian thing, I'm probably cutting the Berserker first here. The Bond Wardens and Teysa is like a nice little cutesy trick, at least, to get a little extra value since we're playing her anyways. So I do want to keep those in. The Berserker's pretty nice, though. Could see playing that over like a Mauler since we're not really that heavy into our colors. And our curve's pretty low. I guess that's another reason to want the top end play, the flexible top end play. We're already not playing the one copy of the equipment. Take a scroll shift just in case. So that leaves us 5 pieces of interaction. I think I actually like having access to one more. I'm gonna take the scroll shift. It has some good potential with like our sculpted perfections or our invasions or things like that. Probably not playing that 2-drop. Might play that one. Another 1-drop. And if we are, I'm actually going to go ahead and run this just as a way to potentially not have to pay 2 life to flip these guys. No reason not to. That means we still need to cut 2. Maybe I'm valuing these Bond Wardens too highly. Just like cut them and Teysa out. Run like a Inspired Charge. We'll see. Have some decisions to make here. This deck doesn't feel that powerful. It feels very synergistic, and I have a lot of removal options, but so we're casting this as a land some of the time. I'm not even that big a fan of it. Like if we, wanted to keep him. If our top end is 4, sometimes 6, or is 5, sometimes 6. But most everything else is like super cheap. We could cut those, then what do we add back in instead? Daxos is still solid even if he's not Phyrexian. This guy could probably go, but I do like the Phyrexian Flyer. The Knight I could see cutting still. So if we do that, do we have anything worthy of adding in instead? Probably want it to be higher end impact plays, so probably want to bring back in the Mauler. Because worst case, it can still cycle. It's just real flexible. 2 more. Could bring back in both of the Bond Wardens, but if we do that, I'd like to bring Teysa back in. Could bring back in like a Render Inert and a Scornblade Berserker. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add both of the Knights back in. Because we've got, that's 4 bodies on 2 creatures, which is a lot of width to the board. And if we're going to run the scroll shift, that's a cheeky little interaction, get an extra token out of it. Although that still makes me want to play Teysa, because then we have even more tokens in our deck. Maybe we play Teysa instead of the Marauder. Or it's a, yeah, Mauler, whatever it is. Or we could play the Mauler still and then cut a land. That seems like that would be pretty reasonable too. Cut like one plains, although I really am going to want to make sure I can cast these guys on curve. Could just run it with 41. Could still cut a creature. Like, let's cut one of the Dune Shapers. I like that, actually. We don't need to be that aggressive. We have a ton of removal. Yeah, I like that. We'll see how this runs. Gonna go ahead and make Teysa the leader here with her cool little whimsical alternate art there. And I'll see y'all in the first round. Welcome to round one, y'all. We are on the play with a bit of a slow hand, but I think I like it. We can hold these guys to be like more impactful late game plays and just work towards dropping, you know, 4-4 or 4-2-2 with vigilance on the board. And I'm fine waiting for this. I'd rather sack like a 2-2 token to this guy. And I don't want all my stuff to come in tapped, at least my knights, so I'll try to play them first here. Do this first. They'll get an attack in. If they get a trigger off of this, I'll be a little upset at myself for not having played the Seraph, but if not, we'll be alright. Sweet. And now, I guess we can't do both because we haven't hit 2 white sources, so I think we swing with both first, see if they want to chump. Maybe I'm just racing them with knights, with vigilant knights. That seems fine. And then we can start dropping flyers to block theirs. They'll probably get 1 or 2 triggers off of these right now, which would be a shame. Ooh, they don't. Okay. Let's see if they block first. Man, the lack of planes really killer right now. Yeah, let's do this now and get rid of one of theirs. Trade 1 for 1. Next turn we can start putting in equipment on. If they have another 2-drop here, that's pretty good for them. But it looks like they don't. They're going to go ahead and scoop it on up here. Awesome start. See you all in the next round. Here we are in round number 2. We are on the play with some fine hand. We're going to go ahead and keep it. Can you tell how confident I am in it? Yeah, I guess we just make a token. Alrighty. It's fine, we'll drop our flyer now. I think I want something that's big enough to block their shade. And we don't have any tokens or anything anyways, so if they do like chump or something, or trick or something to kill her when I block, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, we'll get it out of their hand if they have something here. Like that 2 damage spell that incubates 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'd actually rather have the flyer. And we'll just zap their guy with a cut short. Or save our flyer if they try to remove it. Couldn't do both. I think that was worth it in the end, though. Especially now that we top decked into that. I guess we can play this and cycle this to keep hitting our lands. We're never going to be able to cast that if we don't. Anyways, so I'd rather just get some more lands out now. Be able to cast anything else we draw. And if they want to sack this guy, that's fine. Ah, that's a nice follow-up. Yep, now I think we just go wide again. These knights, I'm quickly becoming a fan of them. Even outside the knight deck here, just 2/2/2s on one body is just strong. Instantly makes their board state a lot worse. Oh, that's a shame. Now they get a counter on their guy. And we don't get to flicker our knight. At least they don't get to flip their thing. At least not now. This is not a great spot, though. We'll play a flyer. Yeah, we can't even block it because of the menace. Yikes, another one. Scurry. Very scurry. Alright, alright, alright. Enough, enough, enough. I get it, you have lots of creatures. Am I flipping this one or this one? They cost the same. I guess this guy threatens an extra block that he doesn't currently. And we'll just hold them all up. Probably gonna have to chump with the angel to keep parity here. This one has menace too? Oh, seriously? I guess we keep them off of the thing if we're going to take the damage anyways. If we can only block one. Just at least keep a creature here. Yikes. Yeah, lands are not what we want to be drawing right now. I guess we can't block it. I mean, like, we may as well just threaten to block this. These two we can't block anyways. Yeah, this is not a good one. We have very few, if any, outs left in the deck, I think. Just everything on their board having menace is brutal. Oh, this has menace now too, right? Because of the thing. Sure, sure. Menace tribal here. Good to know, because that's just crazy how effective that was, but huh. Alrighty. See y'all in the next round. Here we are in the next round. We are on the draw with a hand I'm probably going to toss back. We can't cast any of our spells. Even if we draw a white, it's not really that strong. This is worse, but I think we need to keep it. We still just need one white, but we at least have a 2-drop. Even if we'd really like to play this later. Wow. Potentially the worst draw in our deck. Not only not white, but really not white. Or rather, Really can't cast that. And we continue to draw the white side of our deck. Rough. We have one more draw here. Can we Heart of the Cards this? I think we can. We've got it. Going to be able to play one of our flyers. Probably this one. Well, at least it's something we get to play. Not exciting, but functional. Opponent on the 3-color Mardu so far. Interesting. Alright, we'll probably do that after combat. At least hit another land, which is, we really need to hit a white source at this point. The knight is now our play if we do. Get 2/2/2s. Keep swinging in. Although I guess this guy gets buffed from the butcher, which is worth considering. No, it's not. Oh, okay. It still is. They didn't kill our guy. Keep on swinging in. Have not drawn a single land yet. The only one we got was from our cycling guy. Wow, and they're already up to a 5/5. Yeah, this one's gonna be tough to come back from. And just yet again, like even if we had, you know, kept it into Elishnorn, okay, sure. Will we at least draw a land here? Okay, yeah, still no white, but better than nothing. Doesn't save us though. Oh, actually, it does save us. He doesn't have trample. Don't think it really saves us. Yeah, they'll just kill the thing. Brutal game again, just with the way the draws lined up there. I don't think we would have had necessarily a shot against an Elishnorn. I mean, maybe if we could have just fired off that removal spell immediately, but not a really fun match there. See you on the next round. Welcome back to round 4, where we find out if this is the end of the run. But we've got a pretty decent hand here. One of the better ones we've started with. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. 4-drop, kind of. Can flip it over and then everything's a Phyrexian. Any of our... Oh, wow. Not paying attention there. That's okay. Hopefully we won't get punished too badly, because we can still do both on turn 3 here. Oh, no we can't. For the same reason. Okay, they'll get a 2/2 knight. Swing at this thing. That's fine. We want to do this first. We'll keep on chugging. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Although not a knight. I guess if they're attacking both like this, there's no reason. We'll just flip this guy next turn and swing in with everybody. This will buff their team, but we're ahead by a fair amount here. Did they not cast their thing? Can you delay the cast on it? We're only really one land draw away from the Mauler here too. Everything trades at least, so we for sure attack first. If they kill off this guy, our stuff comes in untapped, which is fine as well. Okay, they're gonna bounce that guy. Not the end of the world. Cool. Well, now we'll have 3 attackers out and we can flip this guy again, so we'll have lethal. I guess best they can do now is flip this guy, really. If we get one more land, we can play this. Yeah, actually, I think we'll just do that instead. They're going to go ahead and call it, though. Sounds good. See y'all in the next round. Welcome to the next round, y'all. We are on the draw with another keepable hand here. Not exciting, but get to play our Daxos on turn 2. And then start dropping creatures every turn. And most of them Phyrexians, so we're going to get the sensor down first here. Hopefully throw a wrench into the opponent's side of things a little more than ours. Okay, we didn't mill very much of importance, so that's good. Yeah, they definitely wheeled better cards than we did. We'll let this happen. Now we'll drop our sensor in. Alright, Informant, sure. Keep discarding lands, that's fine. The only thing we really need one more land for is Teysa, and she's not really that impactful on the board anyways. Actually. Oh, why would it tap like that? Oh, that's so brutal. I guess it thinks we wanted to play this instead. I guess we will now. I think I am in a swing. Now he has to pick between Daxos and the Censor. Both of which are good. And I'd actually rather keep Daxos around than the Censor. Because this can hose like some of our own creatures. Oh, they can't block this one anyways because it has Menace, right? Oh well. Daxos has already gained us a little bit of life. That's unfortunate. At least we can get this back. I think we're just going to take this really slow. If they have another discard spell, it's bad, but like I said earlier, Teysa is not really gaining us all that much here. Alright. They shot off a whole bunch of removal spells. And there's a big old creature to follow it up. But pretty sweet draw from our side here. Now at least we threatened a triple block. We no longer threaten to triple block. So they'll get to flip that into either the Death Toucher or the thing. I guess, oh no, they can do our Mauler. That's probably the best one. I guess because it's so bad for us, I do want to chump here. This is going to be rough, though. That feels like a waste, but I might have to. Let's play Teysa. We'll chump with this guy and then block the little rat or this thing with Teysa if they do attack with those. Then next turn we'll find a home for this, probably on the 3/3. That's also fine, if they're going to tap their whole board to do it. At least this will hit whatever they do end up putting back. I'm sure it'll be our Menace guy with backup too. That's the best target. Huh. They went with our flyer. Pretty great for us that they chose that. We'll actually get 2 triggers from the Teysa here. Huh. Artifact or enchantment? That kills this. This does nothing. I don't think I actually want either, really. Let's see what these two bring us. I like this better. Swing with the Vigilance. Probably shouldn't have kept this either. It's not that strong on the current board state. Another land to hit the Gargantua would have been better, in hindsight. Scab to get them back a battle card. That'll be bad with the Amonkhet. We mill our thing. Actually, that's okay. If they don't make us discard with the... Oh, I guess they won't be able to play it, hopefully. Oh, they chose repurposing anyways. Fair enough. They'll probably use that on Teysa here. Yep. We'll be at 12 after we play this. And that'll be the end of our draft run here. Of course, we hit swamps instead of the plains to be able to have a chance there. Yep. And we'll go ahead and die an agonizing death to the Dimir deck here. Rough. I think that was our last shot. Yep, that was it. Sad time for this little Orzhov deck. We had a ton of removal we just never saw as well. Like, we always saw our non-removal kind of interaction that just didn't line up well. Yeah. I think my lesson is if I'm going to run do the Phyrexian thing, I don't want the transform Phyrexians. I want the ones that come in with stuff on them. What are they called? The incubator tokens, like this thing. I want more of these. So, oh well. Fun experiment, nonetheless. Never got to even cast the Invasion of New Capenna. I was curious to try out the... I guess we did get to cast it once. We just didn't get to do the equipment thing. But that equipment seems like it could be a pretty fun one. I appreciate y'all coming along on this ride with me here today, though. And I will see y'all in the next draft video. Take care, everybody.